Raiders, it's time to unveil this legendary champion if you summon him in the past. Because you know what? He actually got buffed a couple of months ago. And I know I'm a bit late with this video. I really intended to post the video back then when they actually buffed him. But we're gonna check him out, guys. Welcome to the channel. I'm Skratch. This is another Raid Shadow Legends video. And I am talking about Jingwon, guys. Maybe you summoned him recently and you're not sure if this champion is good. Can you do anything with this Void Legendary? I'll be very honest with you guys. Even before, I did not hate this champion as much as most of the people. And I actually summoned him on the very first day when they released him. And yes, was not the best feeling. And that's mainly because he had some sort of utility. And now he's definitely much, much better. Now, the main idea is, if you need a different champion for the Hydra clan boss to offer you some support, to put block buffs, is massive. If you need a champion for crowd control with block active skills, block buffs, he's gonna get a job done. Now, the thing is, we actually just got Loki for free, right? So it's a bit hard to justify using Jingwon for pretty much the same thing as Loki. But either way, he's still a very useful champion. Maybe you need him in Curse City. Maybe you need him on a Doom Tower. Maybe you need him in Faction Wars. Maybe you need him in some of these areas. And he's actually not a bad champion. And even for Arena, and I'm going to explain in a second exactly how. Then the A3 attacks all enemies twice. The first hit has a chance to remove all buffs from all enemies. Very nice. The second will put decreased accuracy and decreased crit damage and will give you a strengthen on all of your team. Pretty damn good skill. It is on a 4-turn cooldown. This is on a 3-turn cooldown, which is actually really nice. The A1, pretty relevant, but he transfers all of the debuffs from him and he has a chance to stun. And the passive, this is what makes the champion pretty interesting. And this did not change even after the buff. On a 4-turn cooldown, the champion is immune to fear, through fear, freeze, provoke, sleep, stun, petrification. And at the end of each enemy or ally turn, removes all fear, through fear, freeze, provoke, etc. from all allies. And places a block debuffs buff for 1 turn on allies who have debuffs removed. So for Arena, right, because you were talking about Arena, you have the A2, that's nice. You have the A3, that's nice. And this right here is an amazing counter to Kymar, okay? Some of you guys are still encountering Kymars in Arena. Hell, I'm still encountering Kymars in Gold 4 Live Arena every single day. And this is a very good counter to Kymar. It's a good counter to champions that can land crowd control debuffs because he will remove them. Not only that, but he is freaking amazing in the new dungeon. And I'm going to show you my team, guys. He's just nuts. Probably you actually saw my team a few days ago. Or maybe saw it like a week or two ago when I've made the general guide and I showed you like 5-6 different teams. And I was like, my secret weapon is Jingwon. And he has an HP aura for all battles. Pretty good base stats as a champion. First, we're going to try him in Hydra. Then we're going to go on a Doom Tower wave just to kind of like give you a bit of a feeling of what he can actually do. So that's my Jingwon build for Hydra clan boss, guys. You can build him if you like on a curse set as well to put hex on the enemies. Absolutely not a problem whatsoever. I have him built on a speed set, on a reflex, just to enable him to use the A2 and A3 more often. Total stats, we have 84k HP, 2.7k attack, 2.9k defense, 252 speed, 98 crit rate, 120 crit damage, 345 accuracy. Now, I'll be very honest with you guys. His damage absolutely sucks big time, okay? Don't even bother to give him crazy builds for damage. The multipliers are just not great. So if you really want to make the most out of this champion, you should build him in a way that will basically enable him to land a lot of debuffs, support your team, stuff like that, you know? One thing to keep in mind, I know we have Sun Wukong as a block buff, so we have Ugo as a block buff champion, but a lot of you guys might have this champion and you're not sure if he's actually worth investing in. Can you do anything in particular with this champion, you know? And you might not have Sun Wukong, you might not have Ugo as an example, and he's definitely not as bad as he used to be. I just want to kind of like stress that out. I know I made a video on him ages ago where I kind of like talk him down, right? But that's not the case. And probably you're going to find tons and tons of outdated videos. You're going to watch them and you're going to be like, well, this champion sucks. Vault, I don't care about him. So that's why it's very important to kind of like understand the whole situation. In terms of blessings, I actually went with cruelty, to be honest. There there aren't that many blessings that will really impact him in a way to be like, wow, he's absolutely game changing, especially for Hydra clan boss. That's definitely the best thing to get. Brimstone can be nice as well, but it's not very good in the Hydra clan boss, to be honest with you guys. Masteries, we have offense, we have support, we have War Master as tier 6, and on the support we have Lasting Gifts because he buffs Strengthen. And we have Master Hexer because he lands a lot of debuffs, right? We do have Life Drinker to get a bit of healing here and there. And yes, I went with offense for War Master rather than go for a defense tree, which won't really give us much value. But let's head over to the Hydra clan boss. This is the team that we are going to run, guys. We have Duchess for support, Revive to make this team full auto. We have, of course, Krisk for Provoke, increase speed, decrease speed. You know the drill. We have Mishinaki for defense down, more hacks, HP burn, damage. We have Jingwon for block buffs, decrease crit damage. We have Strengthen. We're going to have decreased accuracy on the Hydra heads, which will make our life much easier. That's why he's very effective in here. Decreased crit damage. It's not going to be extremely impactful, but a decreased accuracy is going to be very nice on Hydra because they do tend to have a lot of accuracy, especially the Head of Mischief, which can be pretty annoying. We have Val the Destroyer as the main damage dealer. I like to use him, guys, because he's a free champion that everyone will get eventually, and I feel like it's good to see him pumping out big numbers. And then we're going to use an ally attack champion that will give us increased defense, a bit of a cleanse, a bit of support, and of course, that is Padrake. Let's jump into the run, guys. I will quickly set it up because I don't have a preset for it, and then we're gonna click auto, and I'm gonna walk you through the run a little bit. I'm not gonna do a full run or anything. I just kind of like want to show you how Jingwon can help you as a debuffer / support champion. We're not looking for any crazy numbers in terms of damage or anything like that in here. The next good thing about him is that he is void affinity, so you won't encounter any weak hits regardless of what Hydra heads you will have on each rotation. That's actually very important to keep in mind as well. Block buffs on everybody. Seems like we got resisted right there, which is a bit unfortunate. We can land our Provoke. We can use that skill with Val the Destroyer. Let's buff a bit, get some Thermitter, and click auto, basically. That's what you need to do. So, as I mentioned, you can definitely use Jingwon on a curse set if you need to. You know, he has 2 AoEs, not the basic skill, but even those 2 AoEs will be helpful enough. And as you may notice, he is putting in a lot of important debuffs on the Hydra heads. Decreased crit damage can be nice for the Head of Rat, for example, because that one hits pretty damn hard, you know. And this came so bad. Like, they managed to get the buffs on, and this will happen very often, right? There are a lot of buffs right here on the Hydra heads. So if Mishinaki fails to remove them, Jingwon will do it, okay? He's going to use the A3, and he will remove the buffs with the first hit. So whenever you are in a bad situation like this, Jingwon can actually take you out of it. I know Ugo is amazing, right? She can cleanse, she can give you healing, defense down. They're kind of like pretty different as champions. But look at that, we removed all of the buffs. Wukong can remove all of the buffs as well. He's an amazing champion to get the job done in here as well. But I do think that a lot of people are sleeping right now on Jingwon, and the main reason for it is because he was so freaking trash before, right? And I cannot judge anyone for it. But now things changed. Jingwon is actually way more effective than he used to be before the buff. So again, they managed to buff. For whatever reason, we did not have block buffs on the Head of Rat, but that's not a problem. Jingwon comes to rescue. Or if not Jingwon, maybe Mishinaki is going to do it with his A3. Or if not, the Head of Rat will take a turn and lose the buffs. That's another option as well, you know. But it happens very often when I'm running a team where I don't have a champion that can remove buffs, and the Head of Rat just screws me over like that. And mainly because I do it on auto, and I cannot control when the champions are using their skills, you know? And a lot of the times they're using the block buffs on a situation like this. Decapitated heads, and straight after we're using it, a new head spawns, and guess what? It's the Head of Rat, which will quickly build up the passive, do a lot of damage, and basically annoy us. So that's one thing to keep in mind. Jingwon can definitely be pretty effective. And I know I said that, keep in mind, quite a few times already in this video, but that's just because I really think that people should not be sleeping on Jingwon. And YST, I am thinking about you when I'm saying Jingwon, because I know you've made that video where you were Jingwon, Jingwon, Jingwon like 1,000 freaking times. But either way, that's what Jingwon can do for you guys in 2024 for the Hydra clan boss. Time to try him out in different content. As mentioned, he's not gonna be a damage dealer, right? Like, he has 1.9 million damage. Nothing crazy in there, but it's nothing to shy off either, you know. 1.9 million is not bad. So if we're gonna head over to a Doom Tower wave, guys, seems like I'm missing some gear on my Duchess, unfortunately. We can remove Loki from here and just bring in Jingwon, and let him go crazy. Let's see. The whole idea is he can remove buffs. I do have the monkey here, which is a bit of a bad idea because he's pretty much going to do the exact same thing. But let's do this. Block active skills. Look at that. Beautiful. So what's that Rotos going to do now? I can tell you what. Absolutely nothing, okay? He's going to do absolutely nothing. So with the monkey, we can actually try and kill them. There we go. Plus, we have Mitrala, get some petrification here and there. Very, very nice. The whole idea is to have that block active skills, which is very helpful. Have the block buffs. So in a situation like this, if I would apply the block buffs, Siphi won't be able to buff. If I'm going to do this, yes, Rotos has the passive with Siphi, which is fine. He will remove the debuffs from himself, but Little Miss Annie will have a decreased crit damage right here. So that's actually very helpful in situations like this. Not in the Hydra, because there isn't such a crazy thing that can happen in there. But in some cases like this, decreasing the crit damage can be really effective, you know. Okay, and they do like to attack my Jingwon, which is fine, not a problem. You see, they have buffs. So that's where Jingwon comes in play. When you have this skill available. Not just yet, because we don't have it available. But that's fine. Even though that Little Miss Annie has increased attack, we just locked her skills. We put block buffs, so Siphi won't be able to buff later on. Anyway, she has the skills on a lockdown, so she can't really do much. We lost the Bugs Bunny again. I feel like we're always losing him around here. He has that stun, which is not going to be very relevant versus Rotos, but it's definitely very helpful versus other champions that don't have a crazy passive with their partner, aka Siphi, you know? So we gotta kill that Siphi. The faster, the better. We killed one Rotos, which is beautiful. Siphi won't be able to revive just yet. And right now we're gonna lock the skills again. Siphi won't be able to revive. And hopefully the monkey will finally kill somebody. Come on, monkey. Just kill them. The monkey's just going down, he's coming back. He's going down, he's coming back. The story of the Monkey King. Extra turn on Rotos, beautiful. That's exactly what we need in here. Then, this is actually even a more funny one. We have Gorgorab. We have, of course, some annoying champions in here. But it's pretty much the same story, guys. I do think that Jingwon can be used by a lot of people. I know he's not the most OP endgame champion or anything like that. He's not meta anywhere, but the new dungeon, which we're going to get to in just a second, because he is definitely freaking meta there. I do have a different build, but I'll show you the build for that as well, because it's definitely going to be a pretty interesting one. And I'm not sure if I mentioned it before or not, guys, but I am currently on the test server, okay? And I'm going to go to my account to show you the run with Jingwon in the new dungeon. Because here I can just move gear, make a mess. I have Hydra keys available. On my account, I have no more Hydra keys, so I cannot really showcase you the champions properly without it. But look at all of those debuffs that are really, really important. Jingwon delivering. Jingwon delivering. Job done. Let's head over to the new event dungeon. So here we are, Jingwon, ready for the dungeon. The reason why I have him on a stone skin, guys, is because he has AoE attacks. I don't want him to get provoked and proc the passive before the stun. So I have him on a bolster set just to basically ensure that none of my champions are going to die when the enemies are attacking us. These are the total stats on Jingwon on this build. It is a bit better in terms of HP, but we have no crit rate, no crit damage. We do have 450 accuracy. I feel like I do need a bit of more accuracy, to be honest with you guys. just because we gotta ensure that we are landing the block buffs, right? Masteries, I don't really have them done on him. I'm not using him anywhere else on my account, and he doesn't really need the masteries for what exactly we are going to do with him. I do have Soul Rip as a blessing here, just in case if needed to finish some of the enemies. So event dungeon, stage 30. This is the team that I'm running. I have, of course, Theodore, Artak, Gizmak, and Kaimar. They're going to reset. And let me just show you how you can use Gizmak in here on any difficulty in any different team. He's basically going to put block buffs. Look at that. So we have block buffs and block active skills on all of the waves, okay? On all of the champions from the wave, which is nice. When the boss is putting the stun, Jingwon's passive procs. Removes the stun, gives us immunity, so the enemies cannot land any different debuffs on us. And from here, we're just slowly melting down the boss with HP burn, or if you have Newt or Geomancer or whatever else you might be running in here. Pretty straightforward, and who would have thought that Jingwon will be freaking meta for this new dungeon? And it's all because of his passive, guys. But that's pretty much everything for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Are you using Jingwon after the buff? You're still deciding if it's worth investing in it or not. As usual, appreciate all of you guys watching. Much love, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.